I'm back then, they didn't want me, I'm blessed now. Talking to her like this. Talking to her like this. Talking to her like this. Talking to her like back then, they didn't want me, I'm blessed now. Talking to her like back then, they didn't want me, I'm back then, they didn't want me.
And what is the deal? What is going on with my beautiful people in the chat, man? What is happening? Today, we are going to be tapping in and touching on the Ashton Jeanty pick from last night, right? Just analyzing it, breaking it down. Clear thought of mine as we do, right? So just coming back to it, man, and giving a little deeper dive to it. So we're going to be talking about the Ashton Jeanty pick, kind of touching on where we can go a little bit from here. And then, you know, as y'all know, man, we got the draft show a little bit later. Tapping in with rounds 2 and 3. So as y'all already know, man, let's get this funky music going and let's get the show cracking. Man, what is going on, man? What is the deal? Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all are back for another Raider Rundown episode, man. As y'all already know, make sure y'all are tapping on the like button and on the subscribe button, man, just to help your boy out. Last night, man, it was one of them ones, bro. We had a cool little draft show last night. Man, I mean, a lot of people happy with the pick. And we gonna touch on it, of course, and we're gonna touch on some of my thoughts, solo thoughts as well. Before we do that, got to tap in with some of y'all with the chat, man. Of course, man, the show don't pop, show don't move without y'all, man. So let's go ahead and tap in with my guy, man. Raiders Food Chris in the building, man. What's the deal, bro? What's going on with you? Appreciate you for being here, big dog. Appreciate you. Glad everybody in the building, man. Hope y'all had a good day yesterday. I mean, a majority of the nation had a pretty good day yesterday. So I already know what time it is. We got Where's the Flag? Gonna be a good day. I agree. I mean, a lot of people still on the board. A lot of people we can go look at, right? I mean, I think I think it's gonna be some good value today, man. We're gonna be happy regardless. Dixon Cider, man, slept on it. I feel better about Jeanty at 6. Yeah, and we're gonna get into that in a little bit. Postman, what's going on, dear? What's going on? I know you was kind of angry yesterday. I want to see how you feeling. Dev Royal, man, what's the deal, bro? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. You was with us yesterday with the live, man. Show was Dixon, man. A lot of y'all was there with the live, bro. We was tapping in, good little 3-hour joint. But we gonna get some more in today, man. I still feel like we're gonna get some good value, bro. Yeah, same here. Where's the flag? He said you feel better. Okay. I see everybody up in here, man. Dominique, what's the deal, bro? What's going on, man? Agreed. But we gonna see, bro. And Jay, yeah, what's going on, big dog? What's happening, man? And yeah, shameless plug, bro. We got our show tomorrow, Saturday, man. We're gonna be filling in for the last day of the draft, 4 through 7. So you already know what it is, bro. we today's show, y'all know the topic. Y'all see what the title is, bro. We gonna go ahead and analyze a little bit of the pick. We're not gonna do too much of that, bro. I mean, I did a whole ass breakdown of Ashton Jeanty on my whole channel before this even went down. So if you want to see my full analysis breakdown of Ashton Jeanty, bro, go over there to the channel. You can hit it. It has its own episode. You feel what I'm saying? I clipped that shit for a reason because I had a feeling that Jeanty might have been the pick too. Even though that wasn't the direction I would have went, but still clip that. And of course, as y'all know, bro, the breakdown is not biased. We just review the tape, we review the film. That's it. Right. So if y'all want to see my breakdown of Jeanty, bro, good, bad, and different, there's a lot of good though. You might as well go ahead, rock on there after this live. But breaking it down last night, of course, y'all already know, bro. That wasn't my initial feeling of what I wanted. Right. I was looking at some other places. Now, look, Mason Graham got taken before we picked. So that was one of the directions I would have went. Right. So interesting. He got taken. So you take him off the board. Okay. Sleeping on it. You know, Pops was sitting right here. Pops was in my ear till damn near 1 a.m. last night. You know what I mean? So, Badger. You know how yesterday, bro, he all over the moon. And this man coming, you know, just every 5 minutes. Well, you know about this, right? You know about this. Like, goddamn, Pops, relax. All right? Fucking relax. But regardless of it, hearing all that, sleeping on it, like some of y'all said, bro, I feel better about the pick. Right? I do feel better. I'm not completely angry, right? I can't be completely angry about Shedeur because he hasn't gotten taken yet. Still a possibility, right? So I can't be sitting here all angry about, oh man, we ain't take Shedeur. Shedeur's not there. And regardless of it, bro, he's still in the realm of possibility for us to grab. Okay, can't be too mad at that. Mason Graham was gone, one of the guys that I really wanted. Okay, cool. Ted McMillan got taken 8th. He got taken 8th. But, you know, yeah, being honest, as a prospect, he's not as good as Jeanty. So you agree and you sit there and you say that. Cool. Right. Now, I'm not saying I 100% agree with the pick. I still think, you had Membu, who got taken a pick after, right, where I did say it makes more sense if you wanted to say build the trench, secure the running back, right, because Hampton got taken. It was only Jeanty and Hampton that got taken in the first rounds, right? And those were the two backs that everybody had slotted to be in the first round regardless. So you still got Henderson on the board if you wanted. Could have went that, you know what I mean? Could have went that route there in the second round. Or you got Judkins on the board still. Could have went that route, second round, right? Caleb Johnson on the board. A lot of guys still on the board that remain that we still kind of thought even coming into this process, like they probably not going to get taken to the first round. High second round, right? So if they would have went Membu and then would have went Henderson, 37, can't be mad, right? I personally would have liked that plan a little better. That's just me, right? If you want to go Membu, then Henderson or Judkins, I personally would have liked that better. But you do take the best running back in the class. So then there's that, right? So you get the guy that is the best in the class. Now you do have to then sacrifice the talent on the offensive line, right? Now there are some guys that are going to be of value in this next round. I think you can even get them in the third round for sure. I know there's a guy, Anthony Belton, I'm high on, right? Like I really think Anthony Belton is one of them guys I'd be targeting. There's a guy from Arizona. I mispronounce his name all the goddamn time, but I like him as well. So there's multiple guys, right, that we be able to secure along the offensive line, but are they the talent of Membu? That's what you would have to say there, right? So then it's all give and take. So I have to see where we fall in the rest of the way. But sleeping on it, thinking on it, you know, of course, and like I said before the draft started, as long as I can watch the tape and at least just put on some highlights and not have to be like, well, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I don't see the highlights. You know what I mean? I'm watching highlights, but I don't see the shit. You know what I mean? At that point, then I'm mad. But I can watch the tape, I can watch it film, and then I can sit here and say I understand completely, right? You can say that, and that's what I said with Brock Bowers last year too. May not have agreed or understood, but at the same time, you know, you can watch the film afterwards and be like, well, you know, he's good though. You know what I mean? Now, Shout out to everybody in the chat, though, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Pillaging across the pond, man. Shout out to you, man. I see you on Instagram, man. Salute, salute. And he says, locked in a shiny diamond. Now we mine for the ones in the rough. Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, now we have to surround. Now my issue is, and what my issue would always was getting him is saying, do we have the talent to surround him for him to be his best self? Right? Like that's always been my issue. It never been, and y'all can go again. Bro, I've challenged everybody. Even if y'all come here from X or if y'all come here from YouTube, whatever, I've challenged you. You can go to whatever clip. You can go to whatever post that I have made that has trashed this man as a player. And I gladly will wait for somebody to give me that. Not once have I done that. Right? Now, there may have been some other people I've been on the show with that have said that. And at the same time, they're entitled to all their opinions. Even if that's my family, the brothers, they can say what they want. But as far as rundown, y'all can let me know, right? And y'all always know I'm transparent and I be real, bro. So y'all can tell me the time that I've trashed this man as a player, never done it. It's just at the same time, you have to understand, it's like, bro, I want to see ultimate success. I don't want this man to come here and now all of a sudden he's getting trashed by the same people that were just calling him generational because he's not doing what you expect him to do. But then it's not, maybe sometimes it's not because of him. It might be situationally, right? Like sometimes the situation ain't just conducive to success. So that's my main thing, bro. And right now we high, bro. And I challenge a lot of y'all that do the whole generational thing to try to rein that back a little bit, right? And that's not saying because he's not good. I'm just saying, dog, like we don't know what it's going to entail. We don't know what's going to happen this year. You feel what I'm saying? And if he does not meet your expectations, I do not want to see any of you coming out here when we get to fucking November or December, all of a sudden calling Jeanty trash. If I see it, I'm on people's ass. I swear to you, bro, that cannot happen. That can't happen, bro. Because y'all right now are setting this man up. Y'all setting this man up. And we're going to continue to speak about it. But y'all said, and I do think there's a runway for him to be one of the best backs the Raiders have ever had, right? There's a runway. But at the same time, let us see what progresses. There's still things around him that need to get better and progress. Guard situation. We can get a guard, but we still got to see what happens there. Receiver situation. Okay, let's see what other receiver we can get and grab. Luther Burden is still on the board. That is something that we can talk about in a minute. But let's see what else we can grab, bro, to continue. The offense, the way it is, although improved, is not going to move the needle like y'all think it is. That's just me. Yes, it is improved. We will run the ball better. We have better quarterback play. We still got Brock Bowers. We still got certain things. But you got to understand, right? Like, and I'll stop rambling in a minute and I'll let y'all get on. But, there's the whole reason I got on with this. But we got to understand, bro, you even look within our division. Look what the Broncos did, dog. You feel what I'm saying? They got Jeanty Barron. They match up well. I ain't gonna front with y'all, dog. Like, and I sometimes I dismiss the Broncos for sure. But be real with yourselves, dog. They match up well with our ass. And they can fuck with us, bro. They really can. That secondary is disgusting. There's nothing we can do about that secondary, right? Like, they're going to do exactly what they did last year. Put Surtain on Brock Bowers. They'll live with what Jacoby does. Or they have Jeanty Barron to nullify what Jacoby does, right? And then they have other pieces. Okay, we got Ashton Jeanty. Yes, they signed Dre Greenlaw and signed Hufanga. Right now, you're banking on the fact that, like, they're injury-prone players. You're not hoping they get injured, but it's like, what I mean? You see what happens over there, and maybe, hopefully, like, they're not all the way what they were before injury or whatever the case, and that's not even wishing disparity. But it's like, dog, if they're what they are with the 49ers, they come back to that. That nullifies what we just did. I mean, you just you have to be honest with yourself. Right? Like, that nullifies what we just did. We got the running back, but you motherfuckers got Dre Greenlaw and Hufanga, and that defensive line ain't too shabby either. Right? When you talking about Denver's defensive line. So with our offensive line, and you look at that shit right there, bro, They can fuck with us, bro. They can. If Geno not on his best day, when we play the Broncos, we're gonna get our ass beat. I'm not, and that's not, bro. I don't even come out here to be negative like that, but that's just like real deal. You feel what I'm saying? Now, other teams we go against, we'll see what happens with Kansas City. We have a way of fucking with Kansas City, so we can still have similar success. You know what I mean? With them, we run the ball now. I think this is better for us against Kansas City because now really we needed our run game to be more consistent against them last year. That's what we needed. So you get with that, right? Fucking Charger game gonna be a goddamn slugfest. You feel what I'm saying? They got Omarion Hampton. So that to me, I'm sitting here, that boy, 30 carries per for him, for Jeanty in Hampton. It's gonna be a goddamn slugfest when we go against the Chargers at this point. So that I'm looking at. There are ways to success again, but there are also ways right now if we do not make certain moves where we're not going to be able to give Jeanty the runway that he needs. Right? I need this man. I want to see all that shit that I was seeing in the college highlights. You know what I mean? That's not saying he can't do it, but it's like let's get the shit around him right. So when he gets in the open field where he's dangerous, motherfucker can't tackle him. Right? But then if we got 8, 9 motherfuckers in the box, it's going to be very hard, bro. It's going to be very tough for this man to do it. Now we're going to have to see spectacular 5-yard runs and shit like consistently instead of seeing like, oh man, we know what he can do in the home run aspect of it. You know what I mean? So that's all long story short, big ass rant done. I just want to go ahead and make sure that this man gets everything that he can as a running back to make this shit successful for him. And as of right now, there's still some pieces in play for him to be where we think he can be and what a lot of people said he is, right? That's it. That is it. So let me go ahead, man. And then we'll talk about expectation, right? You know, like this for me, bro, I ain't gonna cap. And all rundown fam, bro. Like before we get into the comments, bro, I ain't gonna cap. This is beautiful for me. And this is, even though I didn't want to pick, this is still beautiful for me. Now he's a Raider now. Fuck all that. Even like, I didn't want to pick shit. I'm gonna stop saying that too. Like, I'll put that on me because at this point, bro, like he's a Raider now. It's not even, that shit don't even matter no more. But you know, at this point, bro, y'all about to get hella content. He's a running back. Y'all know how I feel about running backs. You feel what I'm saying? Like we gonna break down the game heavy. We're gonna break down the game heavy, dog. Shit. This is beautiful for this channel. Yeah, we about to break it down, bro. So y'all about to get some real deep content coming with this shit. So all the feelings aside now, bro, I got to say, man, hey, appreciate it. Because this shit right here about to get fun though. I ain't gonna lie. Because if he is what we think he can be, we're gonna break that shit down heavy on this channel. I ain't gonna lie. But shout out to my people, bro. I see hella people coming in the chat, bro. What's going on, man? Jesus Christ saves. What's going on, Jeanty? Yeah. Shout out. Hey. At this point, bro, you know, we're going to talk about expectation and all that in a minute, man. I mean, shit. I just came on this live to finally have a little solo. You know what I mean? Talk my feelings. Just talk ball with y'all. See what's going on. Jesus Christ says, he said, Membo ain't look too happy to go to the Jets. I mean, shit, who's happy to go to the Jets? Let's be real. And I'll be real, man. You know what I mean? Jeanty looking very happy. He looked happy. You know what I mean? When he was getting picked, he looked real happy. I ain't gonna cap, man. You know, it was nice to see that. Shador about to go to UDFA at this point. Hey, I ain't gonna, and we'll talk about that too, because I didn't want to make the show about that. Y'all know how I feel about Shador. I like Shador, but I ain't gonna make the show about that to start off, bro. The show is about to celebrate the fact that the pick was made, right? I mean, Jeanty's a Raider now. We're gonna celebrate that first. We'll talk about all that shit after. Abstract, Jeanty, okay. Yeah, you know, shout out. A lot of y'all got and I'm happy for the nation, bro. The nation got what they wanted. That's not bad, bro. You know what I mean? Small bit of us felt a different way, but the nation got what they wanted, bro. So happy for the fan base, man. At least we happy. It is what it is. Will Johnson is still there. Hey, bro, can I take a victory lap though? I know I'm solo, but can I take a victory lap for everybody that's been with me about Jeanty Barron? Can I? Even though he went to the fucking Broncos, but still. Let's take the victory lap here on the rundown, man. You know, a bunch of people that was telling us no. We told y'all. What's going on? My man said Will Johnson with Bennett. I don't know Will Johnson now, bro. I don't know. If the knee injury is this bad that he done slipped to the second round, that makes me question, right? But then it's like still a lot of corners are on the board, and it sucks because most of the top corners got injury problems, right? You got Will Johnson, then you got Benjamin Morrison, right? Who I like, but he's got a hip injury. Siobhan Ravel, who's got his knee injury. Like it's you gotta pick and choose which one you like. Now, if they talking about Wills is chronic, then yeah, you probably gotta pick somebody else. I ain't gonna cap. Probably gotta go. I'd rather go with like Amos, Ravel, Morrison. You know what I mean? One of them. If that's the case. What's going on? FBAVN, the safety out of South Carolina or Shador with 37 or trade down. I'm not mad at that. I've seen people talk about Eamon Wari. I heard he has nickel potential. He can play. If he can play nickel, dog, I'm all in. I'm straight. But then again, I do want Shador. Y'all know where I'm going. Y'all know where I'm at. He's there, dog. I mean, shit, let's get the best of both worlds at this goddamn point. Let's get the best of both worlds, bruh. Because now that's the best quarterback available. I mean, some of y'all can like Milroe. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. Shador is better than Milroe. I don't care what nobody tells me. But let's get the best quarterback available, bro. It is what it is, you know? I'm cool with that. Xavier Foster, we cultivate the team for the year, pick a quarterback or cornerback or O-line for the next pick. Okay. I mean, some of y'all want quarterback, wide receiver, O-line. Okay, I see Vinny. You want, yeah. Yeah, and in these 2 rounds, one of these two. I do agree. In these 2 rounds, one of these two. Two of these on this list has to be secured in this round. In these 2 rounds. Salute to everybody, man. I see all my people in the chat, bro. So yeah, shout out Dre, bro. He says everyone got better. They sure did. Everyone sure did get better, and that is a fact. But see, and this is where without run game, there is no pass game, and that's a fact. You know, we still got to get that offensive line secured, bro. I mean, we got to. Hopefully, we draft somebody in this 3rd round that looks good. You know what I mean? We can get guard in this 3rd round. That's where I'm at. So let's talk about expectation, right? Let's talk about expectation because this is where it gets fun on this channel because we'll break it down. Other people will say they like Jeanty and all that shit, but we're going to try to break it down to a different level here on the rundown, bro. Y'all know how we do. So let's talk expectation now, what I expect from Ashton Jeanty. And I'm going to leave it up to y'all in the chat, right, real quick, because I really want to see something real quick. How do y'all feel about Ashton Jeanty's first year, and what are you expecting? And let's say all-purpose yardage. I'm not just saying rushing yardage. All-purpose yardage and touchdowns from his rookie season. What are you expecting? Let me know in the chat. I want to see it. I want to see that. What y'all are saying. Because that's gonna tell me a lot. That's gonna tell me a lot. I want to know like how many yards all purpose you think he's gonna get, how many touchdowns you think he's gonna get. What are you expecting? And be realistic with it too. Don't come out here and say no crazy shit. Be really good, bad, or indifferent. Like don't say no crazy shit. Be realistic with it. Let me see what y'all talking about. Because I really want to know. Okay, we got some comments. Nazo, 1,500, all purpose, 10 TDs. Okay. I would say you have to bump the TDs up, but I'm not mad at it. Okay, let me see. 14, 10. Okay. 14, 10. We in the Chip Kelly system now. Got to see how it shapes up. I don't know. Rookie of the year. 1,100, 8 touch. I'm a reserve. Okay, 11, 8. All right. Too many skill players to feed. We got Mostert. Ease Jeanty in. He won't get more than 15, 20 touches. Stay fresh. But what does that equate to? Did you say it? I don't know if you saw it, John. I don't know if you said it. But what does the yardage equate to that? That's all I'm asking. What is that? Right. Okay, so yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. But I would expect Jeanty to be the goal line back, no? I think Jeanty would be the goal line back. So if Jeanty's the goal line back, wouldn't you give him more? I mean, that's just me. I don't know. I don't know how y'all would feel. I'm in the minority. I didn't want Jeanty at this number. This guy better be exceptional for where he was picked. No excuses. 900. Okay, now I got it. Okay, we got to respond to this. I'm going to be real with you, Rippin. I'm going to be real, bro. If this man gets 900 yards and only 8 touchdowns, dog, that's a shitty pick. It's a shitty pick. I think anybody that was happy with this selection, you can admit, if he only gives us 900 yards and 8 touchdowns, that is a shitty pick. Say what you want. Stop it. Stop. And that's nothing against you, Rippin, but that's just, we're talking about like the 6th overall pick here. Generational. We can't do that. No. Over 1K yards, 10 tubs. Okay. 13, 15. We getting there. I like that. Bowers has to get his all-pro stats. That's a fact, but at the same time, bro, in order for him to receive that, we're saying that Jeanty will also open up the pass, right? So he's got to do that somehow. 1,000 to 1,500, 15, 20 TDs. Not unreasonable. We got a super chat in the building, man. Appreciate it, man. We got a $2 holla. Yes, sir, man. My Hayes, $2 holla. They should make a move to get Will Johnson. I don't know, man. Will Johnson scares me now with that knee. He didn't feel so damn far. I think there's other guys you can probably get that we'll be all right with. But 1,500 yards is crazy for a rookie running back. All purpose, Leo, is it? Is it? And this is where we go into this. Now, benchmark. What is the highest running back that y'all can think of right now that's gotten drafted? Probably, and y'all will some people will say Bijan. My benchmark is Saquon Barkley. I want to see them type of rookie stats, right? And this is not being unfair. I think he can be this type of running back if that's the case, right? But let's go through it, and we're gonna definitely go through it because I want to show y'all what I'm looking for, what I'm talking about, right? Saquon was drafted in 2018, correct? That's what we're saying. He was drafted in 2018, and did he not win Offensive Rookie of the Year? He did he not? Okay. So if that's the case, I want something similar. And that's what I'm looking at right now, bro. That's what I'm looking at right now. Hold on. I want something similar. Now let's look at these stats for real right here in a real microscope lens, bro. 2018, okay, his rushing stats. Now keep in mind he's with the Giants, right? So that's what I'll kind of equate. If you look at where he was drafted, where the Giants were drafted, it's maybe kind of similar to our situation. We have a better quarterback situation, but at the same time, right, the Giants weren't all the way ready to take Saquon Barkley, right? Like, we could say that. So I kind of equated to that. Sure. But look, he gave them 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns on the ground, right? 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns on the ground. That's fine. But I just said all purpose, right? That's where I started, all purpose. So that's 13. Now let's add it up. Quick maths for my people in the chat. 700. Then he turns around and gives them 700 yards receiving with another 4 touchdowns. So quick maths, people. What we got here? We got 2,000 all purpose, huh? 15 touchdowns. And Saquon Barkley was drafted around the top 10, the top 5 range, right? But at the same time, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I don't think that's unrealistic. And shout out to my guy, man. DJ in the building, man. Became a member, man. Appreciate you, big dog. You cannot say this is unrealistic when you were calling this man generational before this. How those two things don't equate. That shit is oil and water and do not mix. So if you're going to tell me that this man is generational, I want to round these numbers. right? Around it. I'm not saying this man got to exceed that, but I'm saying, bro, can we get around there? Now let's look here. We can base it off another guy, right? Let's see what Bijan did his first year. Let's see what he did. But then again, a lot of people were telling me that he's better than Bijan. So then from that standpoint, should I really use this as benchmark? Y'all let me know. Should I use Bijan or should I use... So let's look what he did, okay? And I'm going to be real with you. I've heard many people say he's better than Bijan. And if that's the case, I agree. I do agree. And not even gonna lie, I do agree. That's not even to despair it. But if he's better than Bijan, so Bijan gave the Falcons 900 yards his first year, right? And then 400 yards here for his receiving. Touchdowns, you look, only had 8 touchdowns on the year. If we're gonna keep it a bean, bro, not really worth it. Not really worth it. Now, for that circumstance, it's definitely not worth it, right? Because the pick that was made right after Atlanta picked Bijan Robinson was Jalen Carter. So definitely was not worth it at that point in time. But for this situation here, where we're talking about where the Raiders picked Jeanty, it's not that type of situation where you got like a Jalen Carter sitting in the next pick. You don't have that. So this is a little different than that, but I expect better than this from Ashton Jeanty. I expect better. You feel me? It's not, and that's a compliment. This ain't saying this man can't do it. I expect this man to give us better stats than this. So I mean, if he don't do that, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed. I kind of do want, some good shit to look at like that. But let me see what he's saying, man. If Jeanty only had 1,100 yards, but Mostert had 400 with 15 touchdowns between them, would you be disappointed? 15 touchdowns, he has 400. Yeah. I'd be pretty disappointed if he only gave me 1,100. Now, just depends because only I don't know, bro. I got to see how that unfolds. Because even 400 for Mostert is kind of, you know what I mean? Like, that's both of them walking on the low side. That's all low side of things. That just depends how those yards shake out, right? I got to see what I have to see what the carry distribution will be, right? Because my whole thought process is with Jeanty, he needs him about like 15, 20. He needs him about like 15, 20 touches. Not even 15. I think he needs him about like 20 something. At least 20 to get him where he's going to go, because he's that type of running back where, you bouncing off contact, you hitting this man constantly. You're not going to be wanting to hit this motherfucker for 4 quarters, right? So it's like, that's how he starts to bounce off his contact. So if he needs about like 20 carries, then how many carries does that leave Mostert? What does he get? It's unrealistic to say, like, if Jeanty's getting 20 carries, then you're looking at Mostert getting like 15. Like, that's unrealistic. That's not happening. Then at that point, like, Mostert's getting about like maybe 8 carries, right? Something like that, 8 to 10. We might creep up to the 12 occasion if we whooping ass and the offensive line is moving. But yeah, 8. And then how is he being used? Who's in what role? That's the next thing. Who's the goal line back? Who's the third? The third down back, I can kind of guarantee you it might be Mostert. I probably guarantee you that it might be Mostert unless, you're going to have Jeanty running routes. But because as of right now, and that's a whole different scenario you done got me into, but as of right now, Mostert is the stronger pass blocker. So Mostert's going to be playing on third down, right? He's your third down back. So from there, where we're using Jeanty, is he the first and second in goal line? Is that what we're going to do with him? I got to see. Jack Cannon was the best player available, one of the biggest needs, great pick. Again, you gotta say it's not like we had a Jalen Carter sitting next door and all that. You just don't. So Agreed. Better be offensive rookie of the year or in the running. In the running. Something. He will get all 15 all-purpose. Is good value, not great, but good value at 6. Agreed. It's good, not great. 1,500 all-purpose is low for me because there are many people that have highlighted the fact that he does have receiving ability. You go back to his 2023 season at Boise State, where he received the ball a little bit more and they used him more in the passing game. He was kind of running some slot routes a little bit. He was, catching more screens, catching more passes out of the backfield. So you saw he has that prowess. So 1,500 for me is low because I do expect him to be able to catch the ball and be able to be used in the receiving game, right? Like I don't see just all of his yardage being majority of it's going to be rushing, but I don't see them not using him in the receiving game. I think he's a factor there. What up, Jeff? JG, can the nation just be happy with any players we get? You'll act like you're pros. Stop criticizing them. If you don't like the picks, go watch a different team. JG, what the fuck have you been hearing? And this is where I'm going to start getting on people's ass, right? Everything that the Raiders do don't have to be roses and daisies with everybody. And that's the next thing, bro. Like, there are multiple people that like this shit. And at this point, you're not once have I said, oh, you're dumb for liking this. This could be a whole different type of live stream, right? Where I could come on this motherfucker and I can start being like, oh, man, you guys are dumb. We just picked Jeanty. This is stupid. This team is dumb. I hate this team. I'm going to quit this shit and blah, blah, blah. I could have came on here and said that 100%. And that's not even my feelings. But I'm just saying there's probably some people that might do that and power to them. But we coming on here being real, analytical, critical. And if you're hearing what you want to hear, you can go hear that shit somewhere else. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Don't hear what you want to hear, right? Don't hear what you want. Actually hear what we talking about. We talking about real shit right now, man. Bijan is generational talent coming to the draft too. Did they say that? Yeah, they see, but I'm not cool with what Bijan got. I want more than that. Not now 900 yards rushing. Yeah, that's low. That's low bar, bro. We can't do that. Hell no. I expect more. Way more than that. 900 rushing, 700 receiving is passable if you compare it to last year's rushing. It's already a huge upgrade for real. Sam, let's not live in mediocrity. No, it's not. 900 yards is bullshit. 900 yards, and I have my pop sitting here talking about we couldn't even get 80 yards a game. Let's average that out. 900 yards a game is damn near not even that. Are you sure you're okay with him walking away with like 600 yards? And 700 yards is, yeah, you can get to 700, but only 900 rushing is crazy. That's crazy. Right? Like I don't see that. I don't see that, bro. That's wild. Where my phone at, bro? I will dead ass do the calculations. I don't even think I got it on me right now. Somebody do the calculations for me, bro. Like that 900 yards rushing, I don't even think equates to 80 yards per game. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm just being real with you. I'm not comfortable with that. I need to see more than that. Disappointed. Why can you run for at least 500 yards, 3 touchdowns? Nope, don't think so. Huh? I don't know what he's talking about here. Either way, for 2025 season, in my opinion, anything under 1,500 yards from Jeanty would be a letdown. And does that mean all purpose or do you mean rushing? Because again, bro, all purpose, like, yeah, yeah, for sure. 1,500 yards is easy money. You should be able to get all 1,500 yards all purpose. 1,500 yards rushing, okay, that's different, right? That's a lot of rushing. But again, bro, like if y'all are just sitting here saying like, oh yeah, 900 yards from your 6 overall draft pick as running back, that's too low, bro. We're not no 900. Not. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I got Pops here. You know what I mean? Like, okay, be real, Pops, because you like the pick. How many yards all purpose are you expecting? I mean, how many yards all purpose would you be expecting? Realistic for you.
I'll say this. For a guy of his caliber, I would expect about 1,700 all-purpose yards. 1,700 all-purpose yards.
And he likes to pick.
15 touchdowns.
And he was main one. Like, yeah, bro, like that's what he wanted. Yeah. Not if he gives us only 900 or only like 1,000 yards, that's a letdown to me. I cannot do that. You got to get more than that. Unless he gave me like another 1,000 of receiving on top of that, that's different. Like, but
I'm in the camp of 1,300 to 1,400 rushing yards.
There you go. I'm not okay.
1,300 to 1,400 rushing
and
yards.
Give me 300 receiving on top of that. There we go. Now we straight. You see, that's what we talking about right there. That's where it is. That's the sweet spot right there. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. I can't say nothing. As long as we winning and we a playoff team, he hella worth it. That's where this is too. We got to start winning.
Yeah.
This is where the whole thing is, bro. Because if we don't, there's gonna be like, well, why'd you just pick him? We could have picked somebody. Blah blah blah. I don't want that to start happening.
Also, keep in mind that he's gonna be splitting with Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers got to get touches.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of temper some of my expectations about his numbers because I feel like Brock Bowers is going to be a prolific part of this offense as well.
This is where I feel like where we go. Okay, now you talking about 8. We just did say 17 all-purpose, so he might be able to creep up to the 18. Okay, 25 touchdowns is a little too much though. That's a little too much. I don't think about if he gets 25 touchdowns. That's like a all worldly season, dog. Like,
yeah, don't put that.
That's a little too much. That's a little too much.
I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, anywhere between 15 and 10, 12 touchdowns, maybe 15 and 12 would be good. For what we asking him to do, but 25, I ain't seen no running back do that in a while.
Nah, we can't. Yeah, we can't put that on him. Yeah, he will help. I still think we got to get another receiver though. It's got to happen. Happen.
Most definitely, Ralph. I like that.
Gotta happen.
I was trying to tell people yesterday about, you gotta factor in Bowers. You gotta factor in Tucker. You gotta factor in Jacoby Myers. Those are guys that are going to be factors in this offense. We're just adding him in addition to. He's just another weapon.
I see. Yeah, because I asked the question, bro. Because I'm breaking it down now. I'm like, right now, I mean, who's the goal line back? It's damn near. I would say you have to use Jeanty. I would, but then Mostert's a good goal line back too. He's big, so you can use that. If you want to draft another guy like Ollie Gordon, but you know where I'm going, chat. Y'all know where I be at, bro.
I do like Ollie Gordon.
Khalil Mullins all day if we can do it. Y'all know where I'm at. I don't give a damn, bro. I want Khalil Mullins. That'd be my third guy if we can do that. But if we go Ollie, if we go somebody else, sure. Jack, this is where you lose me, dog. Jeanty is not a good blocker. He's not. I mean, I like him and all that extra, but this is where we're gonna go off the rails.
Well, Pete said that they're gonna help him enhance his pass blocking. Like he's a willing blocker.
Yes, and I've said that, right? He's willing.
Pete said he likes the way he strikes. He just needs to improve some of the technique. But you being a former running back.
How many? And I've said this on this channel multiple times, and everybody keeps saying like, "Oh, that's hating. That's hating." No, it's not. Your own coach is saying it in just nice words. He's got to work on his pass blocking.
Yeah,
that's what everybody's saying, bro. Everybody has said that in his evaluation. This is not slamming him. This is saying when Dre Greenlaw is coming through the goddamn pipe, you have to be ready with your technique. That is what that is, or you're gonna get ran the fuck over. That's just real deal, dog. Like. Yeah. What do you think all these other teams are gearing up for when Nick Bolton is coming? When Dre Greenlaw is coming on a blitz, dog? When you got all these guys on now that you have to deal with in this division, your technique must be right.
Yeah.
So as of right now, as it sits today, I'm trusting Mostert in third down situations to block.
My thing is with pass blocking, as long as he's willing. As long as he's willing.
Yeah, he's willing. And that's the next thing, right? He is willing. I think I'm just saying, like, as it sits today, like if the season starts, Mostert's probably going in on third downs to pass block. You know what I mean? As of right now. Yeah. And then you're using Jeanty first and second, then goal line situations, some third down receiving if you want to, but you're not really going to use him as no pass blocker like that.
Right.
You're not going to do that. Today, as it sits, that does not mean in year 2 that when he comes or even during the season that he does not get better. But as of right now, he's got to get better. That's just what it is.
I mean, I know you want to pick a running back number 6 overall to be a 3-down player,
right?
But I can also see Mostert being a third down back in certain situations as well.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I think they're gonna do right now until he develops and grows into that role of saying now you can take the whole kit and caboodle, first, second, third, you know what I mean, and do all that extra. As of right now, he's just a receiving threat on third. So that's just where that is. And some people take that as a negative. Like, that's not negative. It's like when we're out there and say if Geno gets sacked and all of a sudden everybody's like, well, what the hell happened? We're telling you this in what was April? Like, come on now. Like, and all of a sudden y'all are confused when football's playing and now it ain't going the way you think it was going. Like, nah, there are things we have to work on.
And I definitely wouldn't mind drafting another running back in the 5th round. You know, we got a few 6th-round picks. It might be some guys there that can still help us. You know, like, look, let's have some fun. What about Cam Scatterboo? You never know.
I see in the 4th. Yeah, that had to be tomorrow.
You never know. That
had to be tomorrow.
That'd be a tomorrow pick. I wouldn't be mad at as well.
Yeah, that had to be tomorrow. I don't know, Dixon. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. When you come on here, bro, you gotta understand, bro. People they say what they want. They say what they want. Most of us are supporting the pick, to be honest. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if there were different opinions yesterday. I mean, even Jay, he was with us yesterday. We were like, it is what it is. But we woke up today and it's like, you understand now. Would you have went a different direction? Sure. But now you understand if the plan unfolds today, well, at that point, you can't be mad at all. There's no reason, no way to be mad.
No, I mean, you know, look, Raider Nation is one of the most polarizing fan bases that there is, right? And like I was trying to say yesterday for everybody in the chat, we've had a lot of disappointments on draft day. Hell, we've had a lot of disappointments during the seasons, right? So for us to go ahead and actually get ourselves a person that we all know that's a bona fide stud, a player that's a bona fide guy, I mean, today we should all be happy with that. You know what I mean? And let's figure out what's going on in these next few rounds.
Right. And see, Jackie asked Rundown Nation, who would you want, Josh Jacobs or Jeanty? And see, Jack, you can't say that because right now, and this is where I say we have to temper this down. As of right now, as it sits, Josh Jacobs is a top 3 running back in the league. So, yes, I think Jeanty has the ability to get up there, bro, but we cannot just sit here and say he's he's better than Josh Jacobs.
But you know what? No. To me, that's an answerable question. And I'm going to tell you based off of what I see, because he knows that I was one of the biggest Josh Jacobs guys. And I love Josh Jacobs. But when you look at explosiveness, overall talent, there's a reason why this kid went number 6 overall.
But there is a reason where Josh went. Remember, Josh split time at Alabama. So we can't just sit here and be like, oh, he had all that runway to shine like he was supposed to either. There's a reason why he did get picked in that half, because he didn't have all. Remember, we picked him. We was like, he ain't got no tread on his tires.
But you can say that these guys are comparable in size, right?
No, they're not.
Why not?
Josh Jacobs is like 5 times bigger than him. That's why I was telling you, like, and this is where we break the run. Me and my pops be breaking it down. I was telling him yesterday, let's look at, I'm telling you right now, Josh Jacobs is 5 times bigger than that man, and he moves damn near the same. That's why I'm saying, like, it's different.
Josh has had a few years to get his grown man NFL weight up.
He came out a little
big
one too.
You know what I'm saying? But when I look at overall ability, overall ceiling, I think
Jeanty can have a higher one.
Jeanty has a better ceiling. I think he has a higher ceiling.
Jeanty can have a higher. Now check it out. Jacobs is 5'10". What is he? He damn near 220, no?
He's probably about, he couldn't be no more than 220.
224.
Okay. I don't think he came into the league at 224.
He was damn near that big. He probably came in the league about 2. He was damn near that
about
big.
215, between 215.
But he was solid already. I mean, that's not saying Jeanty's solid. Jeanty's solid. But see, this is where I get. He's not 5'9", but he's 5'8", right? 5'8", 216.
Yes,
that's okay. I need him to.
That's a bowling ball.
I want him to go ahead and get 10 more,
and that'll be straight. Let's just be real, everybody.
10 more would be straight.
His athletic ability is off the charts for a kid of his stature. His athletic ability is off the charts, and I think that lends for itself to be a higher ceiling than what Josh Jacobs can do. This guy is a home run hitter. He's an instant home run hitter, whereas Josh has some of the best instincts in the league for a running back, but he's not a home run hitter per se.
That is a fact.
Jeanty is a home run hitter, therefore his ceiling will be high. I would take Jeanty over him.
Yeah, and then real quick, because I see a lot of comments. God damn, y'all going through it, bro. But see, this is why it's good, man, because in these shows right here, I'll be having real football conversations. So now we talking. Let me see. So look, Joel, this is where you lose me, right? You don't want to live in mediocrity, but believe we're 2 years away. We want the playoffs this year. Okay, how many teams make the playoffs in the AFC?
In the AFC?
Yeah, how many teams? How many teams?
I think it's what, 8 teams?
So you're confident that we're one of the best 8 teams in the AFC right now? You're confident in that? 100%. Be real with yourself. I'm not, and that's just being real. There's still holes, and that's not, bro. Just because I'm a fan of this team, don't mean like we can't be realistic. There's still things that we need to fix. This defense is still got some things on there, right? That needs to get right because these upper echelon teams are going to shred our ass when we start playing them, dog.
Real talk though, I agree with Joe. This is a different NFL. What did Denver do last year? Denver was shit the year before. The Chargers were shit the year before. Granted, they had Herbert, but they made a coaching change. They brought in Jim Harbaugh, right? So there is a possibility for us to be a wild card team next year.
And don't even say playoffs, girl. No, wait. And don't even say playoffs. I've said Super Bowl. That's the next thing. Because people will construe the words. You want to fuck around and say playoffs. I said Super Bowl.
Well, you got to crawl before you walk.
Exactly. When I say we're 2 years away, yeah, we're 2 years away from winning a Super Bowl.
No doubt.
So don't misconstrue my words and sit here and say playoffs. Like, no, we're not going nowhere deep in winning no AFC championship. If we do, so be it.
These next 2 years.
Yeah. This is building, bro.
Building a winning culture.
Thank you. Some of y'all want the whole kit and caboodle and shit right now, and that's where you get it fucked up because you want a Super Bowl right now, and then you're mad when it don't happen, and then you get the cussing and wanting people fired. That's how some of y'all get this shit fucked up. You have to crawl, like Pop said, crawl before you walk, bro.
Yeah.
Crawl before you walk. Let's get a sustainable winning culture in here. Make the playoffs at least. Win a game. And then let's go ahead and start talking about winning Super Bowls and all the extra, bro. Like, as of right now, we ain't even done that.
Yep, I totally agree. Totally agree with that.
I expect minimum of 1,300 yards. Rushing, yeah.
Real talk, Shield.
Yeah. Rushing, yeah. I agree.
Real talk.
I 100% agree with that. I definitely agree. That's a good one. You should ask this question when the O-line is set. See, we'll see what happens, bro. I think we got one in the third round, bro. One in the third round.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people panic about the O-line, and I don't see the panic there. I think we got
the guard spots.
More.
They can be better at the guards, bro. Like Meredith still has more to grow. Glaze still has a little more to grow.
But like I said last night,
we'll see.
Look at DJ Glaze. DJ Glaze started 14 games last year. I think he gave up 1 sack after he was a starter. Like, you guys don't believe in development. You guys don't believe in improvement from 1 year to the next. You know what I mean? So that's what you guys got to look at when we start talking about offensive line and certain things. I mean, to me, the big question mark might be what's going on with Colton Miller. I don't really know what's going on with Colton Miller and how they really feel about him.
See, Jerome, again, we just said that it can get better, but there's a reason they didn't ask him to pass block a lot at Boise State.
He's toting the rock.
No.
He's toting the rock. And another thing.
That too. I mean, he's carrying the ball, got him 30 times, so you're not going to ask him to pass block that many times, bro. And then secondly, it's like he's not all that strong at it. So if I'm trying to get him drafted, if I'm a college team, bro, I'm not going to put my player in a position I know he's not the strongest at. I'm just not going to keep doing that. That doesn't make no sense. Like, you got to understand that, bro. So then at that point, I'm going to have him tote the rock 30 times. I'm going to have him limited snaps where he's like, I can see he's willing, but, like, I'm just not going to have him do that.
Yeah, you can't burn your bell cow out, especially on the collegiate level like that. You know what
I mean? You're not.
This is damn near 80% of their offense.
You use somebody, bro, in the NFL, dog, you drafted this man 6 overall. You say it's like war, dog. You got to send some people out on the front lines. Most are going to be on the front lines taking the punishment from these blitzing linebackers and all the extra to keep your 6 overall draft pick fresh. That's what's about to happen this first year, bro, until he's ready. That's what's going to happen. Don't expect much blocking from Jeanty. I don't. And that's fine. Right. It's okay.
We didn't draft him to block like that.
Anyway, that'll as low as Jeanty is, some technique should make him
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's why I'm saying, right, he's 214. This is what I'm saying. I want him to get 10 more. 10 more.
Like I said, we
straight, bro.
Just step into the league, but
exactly.
His frame right now,
he can add that. He adds that 10 more
right now.
He's straight, bro.
He's already stacked. So, and like Peter said last night, if y'all saw the press conference, he's a willing blocker. You know what I mean? Like that's the number one thing for a running back to me. Are you a willing blocker?
If I can,
work on technique.
If I can get this man in here, and of course it's gonna take a year, but after this year, he gets him a nice good 8 to 10 pounds on that frame. Yep. Now we're talking about 3 downs, bro, where you can stay out there and pass block and do all that extra. You don't have to come off the field like that. Now we're talking difference. Dev Royal, what's the deal, bro? He says, appreciate the $10 holler, man. He says, this is my issue. Jeanty can't be a 2-down back, and we drafted him as 6. He has to produce like a generational running back. He better have a better rookie year than Jacobs did. Oh, for sure.
I think he will.
For sure.
And you know why I say that? You know why I say that, bro? I think he will is because of the presence of Pete Carroll. I really believe he'll have a better year than Jacobs did.
Let's look at Jacobs' stats. Let's look at Jacobs' stats. Let's see what he did his rookie year. Career, bro. I want the career. Stats. There we go. We're gonna see what Jacobs did his rookie year for us. He gave
Jeanty gonna smack
1150.
Jeanty gonna smack 1150 and 7 touchdowns.
That's nice. Or what did he give us receiving? Nothing receiving. But he wasn't. This is the thing though. This is where I bring it up a level, right? Because Jeanty's a better receiving threat than Jacobs is, right? So I expect more out of the receiving game from Jeanty than I would from Jacobs. Yeah. Now that first year here, that 7 touchdowns, I want around there. I do want around that.
Look, I expect Jeanty to get around 300 yards more than that.
I do.
Right? Around 300 yards more.
I want 1,400 yards, bro.
I expect him to give us at least between 12 and 15 touchdowns this year.
That's nice.
I think that's realistic.
I'm okay with that because Jacobs last year had 15 touchdowns and he was a top 3 running back. So I'm not mad at that. If he gives us 12 to 15, that's a good stat. I'd want around like his lowest average for me is like 14. That's for real. That's like lowest for me is 14, 13 maybe. I mean, depending on circumstance.
Like I said, 12, 13. If he get that, that means that other guys are eating.
Right.
Rock Bowers.
That's what I'm saying. Depending on how Chip is using Mostert, if we really do the 3rd down back system, and you're telling me he gets 1,300 rushing yards, but 1,300 is him breaking away from the defense and all that extra, then that's different, right? Like that's a different type of 1,300. But
and also real talk too, everybody on the chat. Let's just remember, man. You know, sometimes it's not about stats per se. It's about moments in the game, right? Like, do we need to close out? Can he close out a game when we need to run the football? You see what I'm saying? Certain things like that we need to take into account as well. It's just not okay. He need to run for this flat amount. Are you getting key first downs when we need them? Mm-hmm. Things like that are going to factor into how good this kid is going to be too, and what he can do for us. Like, I want everybody in the chat to start looking at everything in totality. We won't just do baseline numbers all the time. There's situations and moments in every game that are key, and we need to be proficient in those. So y'all keep that in mind when we start watching this season, man. I'm trying to give y'all that Papa rundown wisdom. You know what I mean? Like, throw a little bit of wisdom in there too.
What's the issue we've had? Again, bro.
Talking about pass blocking. He probably talking about pass blocking.
But see, this is what I was saying, right? Like, people be hearing what they want to hear. Now,
also, can I ask y'all a question? Why would it be an issue, and why are we doubting a guy like Pete Carroll when he coached Marshawn Lynch? He's had some of the top banging running backs in this league in his time with Seattle. You know what I mean? So why would we question what Pete Carroll sees in Ashton Jeanty? Like, that's one of my first questions. Obviously, Pete sees something and he feels something about the kid, or he wouldn't draft him. He wouldn't sign off on that. So that's one of my It's one of my things as well.
Yeah. And he says 10 more pounds to carry. And this is the thing, bro. You have to I
kind of agree with that.
That's not gonna slow him down.
Because he's already
it's not gonna slow him down. He got to ask him.
He's not 6'2", right? Like he's already kind of wide low. You know what I mean? Like when you look at him, dude is diesel.
But that's the issue with him pass blocking now. He don't have enough rocks in his pocket right now. Sometimes,
he said it was more about technique.
Nah, sometimes if it's a bigger dude, bro, it's just gonna happen. He's 5'8", 210, bro. There's nothing you can do.
I'd say maybe, if he's 216 already, if he around 216, 217, get him up to about 222 and we done. You're not trying to. You're not trying.
That's all. I've said that the whole time, bro. I said
I
I wanted this man at 220.
Yeah,
I want this man at 220. That's where it's at. And that's the thing. You'll get varying reports from the weight because the weight at what his combine wasn't 216 or 220 like all y'all are saying. He was like 208. So then if he's 208, I need him to add for sure another 10. That's what I'm saying.
I'm good in the 220 range when it comes to his weight.
He needs to get up there, bro. Like in order for y'all, and again, I'm not just going to agree with everything, bro. In order for this man to be a 3-down running back, he has to get up there to the 220 range for him to do what he's supposed to do. Like as long as if you're talking about the running back that he is, and you're talking about using him in a bruising manner, he has to get to 220, bro.
Yeah,
to do that.
Which I don't think it'll be a problem for him to get.
Nah, I mean, and that's not that bad, bro. It's just getting up there, you know. Because we want to use him in a way where we're wearing the defense down. And to do that, that's 20 to 25 carries. He's going to have to grab at a certain point in time, bro. Like, he's going to have to start doing that.
Yeah. It's got to happen. But I love it, man. You know, like I said, I think we got a stud. Salute to you, Jack, man. Appreciate that, man. Much love. Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate it.
Much love. Man.
So Ralph says this will now have defenses pick their poison, stack the box. Now opens up Bowers and others. Last year, defenses knew we only had Brock and no run game, and he still had a great year. This is a fact. And the fact Geno's there, you know, that helps as well.
Yes,
so then, you know, that opens it up as well. I still want to add more explosiveness in that receiver game to open it up a little bit more. Hopefully we can. Still get on there,
we
bro.
Still got out there Luther Burden.
Yeah.
My guy from Iowa State. What's his name? The kid from Iowa State, the receiver.
Jaden Higgins.
Yeah, Jaden Higgins is out there. So we got a couple guys out there, a couple of options when it comes to receiver, man. You know, so I'm actually excited for this second and third round today.
Yeah.
That's where it's really gonna get cracking.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it, bro, because I don't want to ruin the show, and Pops is right here. But Raider Paul, bro. Raider Paul, are you in here? I hope you in here, bro. Comment real quick so I know you in here, because I don't want to say this if you're not. So let me know if you're in here, man. Let me know if Raider Paul in here real quick. But until we figure out if Paul is here, let's go ahead and figure out what's going on, man. Who says Jeanty ain't a 3-down back? The fact that you're using 3 running backs in the system means that this man's probably not going to be a 3-down back.
Well, hey, you know what? Let's check this out, though. Right now, we don't have those guys like back in the day, in my day, when I was watching dudes like Walter Payton, Emmitt Smith, all them dudes, maybe even an LT. We can go back as short as that. Like, it's running back by committee. That's what this league is now. So everybody needs to realize it's running back by committee. So you might have one of the best running backs in the league. He might not be necessarily on the field on third down all the time. That's just the way the league is now. So we have to take that into consideration as well. It doesn't mean that he's diminished as a player or he can't do it all. But this is how you preserve running backs nowadays. You don't burn them out and just let them do everything. Yep,
that's real. No, that's definitely real.
We want this kid to be around for a while, man. We're not trying to burn him out, man. I mean, he's not 6'1", 6'2", one of them big dudes like that. He's not a Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? So, but he's far more explosive. So we got to make sure that we take care of this kid as well.
That's what we've been saying the whole time, bro. Like the whole time we're saying, right? He can be in on third downs, but when you're using him on third down, bro, it's going to be running routes. Yeah, it's not going to be pass blocking, bro.
Isaiah, check the screen game. Watch for the screen game with him. You know, and one of the things that I like, I'll be honest with you, I like that he's 5'8", 5'9". He get in behind them big linemen. He's hard to see, and by the time you get a good sight on him, his ass is already gone. So check the screen game. Like when we talk about pass blocking on third down, I'm really talking about the screen game.
Yeah.
You know?
Dev Royal says, I ain't gonna lie, fellas. I wanted Graham or OT at 6. I had a feeling Judkins would be available in round 2. Still struggling taking a back at 6 in a deep class, but it is what it is. Yeah, and since Mason Graham was gone, there's a reason you can say, like, all right, fine. Like, because if he was there, then we have an argument. Like, it's like
too, Dev Royal, because I was kind of on that Mason Graham.
Yeah, we have an argument. You
know, like, but I kind of felt before the draft we could have went a few different ways anyway. Right. You know what I mean? So Mason Graham was one of the dudes I was cool with. And Jeanty, of course, was one of the guys I was cool with. And, you know, even if we picked Shador, it wouldn't have been my first choice, but I wouldn't have been angry with that either. You know what I mean? But, you know, soon as they took Graham, soon as Cleveland took Graham, I'm like, okay, Ashton Jeanty's ours. Because the smoke screen for the last 2 days was, oh man, they're high on Jacksonville's high on Ashton Jeanty, right? So they was trying to sell the okie doke early on, man. But you know, I feel like we got a player that can put the ball in the end zone, and that's what we need. We only scored 20 points a game, damn near, well, pretty much 19 points a game. We ran for 80 yards a game last year. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get that stud if you can get him, man. Especially if he's getting endorsed and backed by Pete Carroll. You know what I mean? Like, we can't turn our collar down to that.
No, that's real. That's real. We can't turn our neck to that. But before we end it out, man, let's talk about what we might do in the next picks real quick. What would you think you would do in the next pick?
Oh man, once again, it's like the first round. To me, we could go a few different ways. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't mind being in the camp of saying, hey, between these next 2 rounds, if we get a Jalen Milroe, if we get a Shedeur Sanders, I'm not upset with that at all because we're trying to procure our future. Now you got your running back. Now you got a quarterback to build around. You got a mentor to mentor him. So we could go that route and I'd be cool with it.
Yep.
Or if y'all want to take a Luther Burden, y'all want to take another receiver, we could Jaden Higgins. We can do that too. Will Johnson is there if you want to take a flyer on Will Johnson.
Yeah,
you can do that too. So it's guys there in these next rounds that's there to be got. And then after that, then you start sewing up your trenches.
Mm-hmm.
Start sewing your trenches up.
Nah, definitely. That's where I'm at. For me, where I want to go. I want to go to Shedeur. That's me. If he's there at 37, I think you should take him. Especially, if the Browns take Shook or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh yeah, bro. I would definitely take Shedeur there. I mean, he's sitting there for the taking.
Yeah, because you know what, y'all. You know what? We all know that this is a quarterback league now. This is a quarterback league, and for us to try to get our future procured with our running back, we already got Brock Bowers, and then you add your future quarterback and let him sit down and learn some game. I mean, hey, that's what we need to be doing. That's what we haven't done in forever. Raider fans, can we really say we haven't really done it like that in a long time? And I've been around for a while, man, and I haven't seen us put it together like that in a long time. So if we can have our quarterback of the future, one of the best tight ends in the league already, young tight ends, and then you got a stud running back, man, we on our way. We on our way. We just got to do it smart.
Yep, that's for sure. That's for sure. We are definitely on the way. I think for me, if they wanted to go Luther Burden and he fell that way, okay, that's fine, right? You know what I mean? Because that's another weapon. Then you got to talk about what we're going to do with Trey Tucker at that point, right? Because for me, I think it's similar sized players. And you can use him. Now, he's not as fast as Trey Tucker, but he's better as like a playmaker.
Don't sleep on Trey Tucker, man. I just felt like with the quarterback play last year, the inconsistency of the offensive play calling, I think Trey Tucker has shown all of us enough to say that if he can get some consistency in coaching and at quarterback, he'll be a playmaker for us. I can't say that I'm ready to give up on that kid.
Nah.
Not because guess what? Put his ass over there with Patrick Mahomes. Put his ass over there with Justin Herbert and watch what happens. Or any other good quarterback in this league. So we got to, I want everybody to kind of cool their jets on Trey Tucker, man. Let this man get some stability.
Yeah, I agree. Let it get some stability. But I with better quarterback play, I definitely think he'll be better. I definitely think he'll be better. I just, with Luther Burden, it's just he's similar sized. You would just hope like who's gonna play on the outside because he's better kind of slot wise. You know what I mean?
Who would you rate him, Jaden Higgins, or would you rate Luther Burden over? Who would you take between those two? I know Higgins got a little bit more size, right?
Yeah, Higgins is 6'4". That's what I'm saying. So it's like he gives us more what we need, but I like Burden's playmaking ability. So that does play in the factor. But if you're talking about like if you're on the camp of saying you want to keep Trey Tucker, you probably want to take Jaden Higgins.
Okay. Right.
But if you're saying you can be okay with maybe doing away with Trey or like phasing him out and letting Luther take some more stuff, then at that point you'll take Luther. But yeah, I say Higgins because he gives us everything we want. And I still think Trey can. I still think Trey.
Walt said he would take
Burden is nice, bro. He's a playmaker, bro. I mean, but at that point, you just go ahead. You got to get rid of Trey at that point. I
wouldn't be upset at either one. If you add playmakers, and I think I'm in a camp that says that Tucker is a playmaker, especially when he's around. Especially if he's got some stability around him.
Right.
You can't teach that speed.
Right.
You can't teach that explosiveness. And it hasn't been too many guys I've really seen that can stay with him stride for stride.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep that. If I get Burton, Tucker ain't going nowhere either. We're gonna have to find a way to make it work. Because if we were sitting here talking about them getting Tyler Lockett,
yeah.
Why? Okay, so if him and Burton are similar size, then let's rock.
Yeah. And shout out Chili, man. He says, I was a Shador believer. Don't say was, but Jeanty at 6 is high and makes more sense. It does make sense for sure. But at the same time, like I said before, bro, I can't be too mad because he's still there. So if we take him, take Shador, I'm straight. And then see, this is where I'll push back on a lot of people and their thinking, right? Because horror fanatic Lance says, I don't get why people want to take a QB in early rounds to sit on the bench for 2 or 3 years. What if he only sits 1?
Hey, you know what? Hey,
and he's better.
I like that. I like your name too, dog. I'm a horror fanatic myself. You know, I'm one of them horror movie guys. But what I'm gonna say is the reason why you could take Shador in round 2 is because he needs to be mentored a little bit, and it wouldn't hurt for him to sit behind Geno for a minute. But what you're doing is you're investing in your future. Right?
1 year, bro. I only think it takes 1 year for that man. And that's not saying I just want to see, because guess what? What if it takes 1 year? He sits. Next year, Pete opens it up and he's like, all right, bro. Competition, right? You know what I mean?
They already said that you can get out from under Geno's contract with a dead cap hit for 26 and you're done.
Right.
So it's really a 1 year type of deal. So you go ahead and swing and get Shador, man, and sit him on down and let him learn from some solid guys. We just invested in our future. That's all.
Yep. Just invested in the future, 100%. And at that point, whatever the feelings were, it doesn't matter. Now we're going to 2 and 3, and we're gonna see what happens, man. But I think if you take Shador at the second round, 37, you're probably looking at receiver corner. Right, you're looking at receiver corner 37. That's where 68. That's where you would look at there. But if you take Burton, then you can still look at corner maybe or O-lineman in the next 68. Right, that's where you can go. But we're gonna go ahead and discuss all this for our next show. Right, our next show gonna be at 3:30. We're gonna start our draft show at 3:30. We got more guests coming through, but at the very least, you got Papa Rundown and I. We're gonna be taking you through the draft. We're gonna be talking, have some picks, guests, whatever the case, bro. So if y'all new to the channel, new to the show, pull up, bro. Appreciate it. We don't always agree, but we all want the same thing.
Hey, guess what? We're gonna come hold it down, man. We're gonna have a good time. It's Friday, y'all. Y'all have y'all drinks ready, man. Sit up, dog, and let's watch these next couple rounds and throw some Raider content out there and see what come back.
Yep. So that's what so make sure you guys tapping in with our draft show later on. It starts at 3:30 Pacific time. Right, 3:30 Pacific time. We're gonna be starting there talking about who we're gonna go through as far as picks, and then when the draft starts, man, we're gonna see what happens, man, and let the craziness unfold. But till then, bro, appreciate everybody in the chat. You already know what time it is, man. We all just want the Raiders to win at the end of the day, and that's all that matters, man. But till then, we always say, man, we keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground here on the Raider Rundown. We're gonna see you a little bit later, man.
Word.
Peace.